Hello, everyone. It's Jillian,
This is Lauren.
and this is.
Congo Conversations.
Hey, Lauren. How are you this
I'm
week?
good. I'm doing well. I'm officially 29 now. So I know I'm like new
Yay!
begins. So
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
I was looking forward to your little. I love how you
Oh
call me every
yeah,
other birthday. Jill will call me every other birthday, and it's gonna be a song. I love
the
it.
trivia
Keep it.
song.
I love it. I
Yes,
love
if you
it.
know, you know.
Yes.
Literally now, like my cousin, he was before you, a couple weeks before you. He answered the phone. He just stopped and smiled and
No,
just
but
waited for the person.
no, but seriously.
I love it though. Okay, well that's
Yes.
good. I'm
Yes.
happy.
Yes.
Happy
How's your week
29.
been?
It's been pretty good. I've been like relaxing. Work has been a little bit toned down, so I've been able to catch up on some other things. So I would
Yes.
say nice, calm, chill week. So I like
I
that.
I love that. I love that. So let's get into this week's Lilac Report.
Okay.
So, Jillian, what are you loving this week?
So this week I'm loving having Grand Biscuit back. Yes, he is
He's back from his
home.
summer with the family.
Yes, he is in Philadelphia with me, and that's been nice. Obviously, we're adjusting back to like some routine because I've been
Yeah.
like just by myself for a few weeks, but I've been like really happy to have him home and like just do our thing, bip and bop, dilly
Ah,
dally like we do.
I
So
love it.
I've been really loving that. What about you?
I have been loving reading by the water. My
Hmm.
husband just got back from our nice little long weekend in Cabo. So, you didn't know me. I was by that pool. I finished two books. So, and I finished Can't Get Enough by Kenny Ryan. I see why you like that book. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
God, Maverick. And Hendrix is such a boss. Like Hendrix
yes.
is such a boss. And I just love the way she champions her friends, like her relationship, her job, her career, her family. She hustles.
She's really that girl for
She's that
real.
girl.
She's
I
really that
love it.
girl. She's
I'm
like
so
that.
here. I love it. So that's what I've been loving.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay, what's been impacting you?
I would say I've been having a positive impact. My dad came to
Mhm.
visit. He was here for like a conference or a convention.
Mhm.
And so he came to hang out with me for a few days before he went off to the convention. So that was nice. Like spend some time together.
Mhm.
Have my dad to-do list. So he's gonna
Okay.
leave town. He's gonna help me do some things in the house, which is nice. But yeah, it's nice, having family in town again. Like you guys know I like hosting.
Yes.
So it was really nice being able to like host my dad for a few days and just like enjoy the city with him. So
I love that. And even like I love even at my big age, I'm married. Daddy, my dad. I'm still calling dad still have to do lists. But regardless, I don't care.
exactly.
I don't married or not. Dad, ain't no like your father. It's no one like your father.
Exactly.
It's I'm glad you had to spend some good quality time
And
with you all the time.
you know what? Another thing that was great with him being there was I'm still having issues with my ear. Now
Hmm.
I'm not. Thank God, I am blessed. But
Yes.
like I still was, and he was able, like I was able to have an appointment while he was here, and
Oh,
I was able to,
perfect.
like that
He
was
can
very
handle
very
it.
helpful for me. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? So very positive impacts. Very happy about that. But anyways,
Yes.
yes.
I
What
love
about
that.
you? What's been impacting you?
So impacting me, I didn't realize like you could get like sunburn on your lips, and I didn't realize that the lip balm I used didn't have a high of SPF because I like I'm SPF from the head to toe, root to
Mhm.
tutor. I really was like, wow, I really got sunburn on my lips. So I just need some recommendations. So if y'all have any recommendations for lip balms with high SPF in it that's gonna be outside, because I will. I like
Mhm.
we're outsidey girls. We like to be outside.
Yes.
So walking, beach,
I'm
pool,
literally
hiking,
outside every single
yoga.
day, just
We love an
sitting.
outdoor activity. So I mean, we make sure we're protected. So I need an SPF lip balm. But it's gone away now. But it was
That's good.
definitely it
Did it
kind of
hurt? Like it was
yeah,
like
it hurt. Like
flaky?
my
Oh
lips
wow.
cracked. It was like it hurt.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh no, I was struggling. I was like, oh my God, this
Poor
hurts.
thing. I wonder like sometimes they have those like sunscreen balm sticks.
Yes.
Maybe that might be. I just
Yeah.
like do not know that.
I didn't know
Wow.
either. I thought my normal just, sunscreen
Yeah.
with my little lip balm would be just
Say hi.
enough. But,
Mhm.
in my fairness, I was out there like hours, like reading.
Oh yeah, you were just out
I
there
was,
baking.
blah, blah,
You have
blah.
a beautiful tan though.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
tan.
Thank
Like
you. Thank you.
nice glow. I
I
love it.
feel
Love
sun
it.
kissed. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what are you listening to this week?
So this week I'm listening to my girl Ariana Grande.
Yes. The
Specifically
tour is coming,
Eternal.
y'all.
Yes, the tour is coming and I need to be there.
Yes.
Specifically, by like that song "Boy Bye Bye Bye" off of Eternal Sunshine because I think it's gonna be an Eternal Sunshine tour.
Yes,
I don't know.
yes,
I cannot wait. So I've been like in Ariana Grande world, and I've just been going through her whole discography from like when I used to listen to her in college.
yes,
She had put out like two, three back to back to back.
yes.
But yeah.
I
Um,
love Positions. I
yeah.
love R&B Ariana Grande.
Oh
I
yes.
was so it was COVID
That
nostalgic.
ponytail.
When my husband and I were like mid-range, long distance apart, the exact album from my house to his house will get me from door to door. So I would
I
play
love
that all
that.
the time. It's so sentimental. I love that girl could sing.
She can sing. She can
She could
sing
sing.
down. She can sing
She could sing down.
down.
She like Patti LaBelle co-signed her. Like she could sing down. I love
I
her. I
love
cannot
her.
wait. It's gonna be hunting for them tour tickets.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you
on the hunt.
can't
We both
wait.
be on the hunt
Oh
because
well,
we
we'll be in
gotta be
line.
studying
We'll be in
because
the queue. We'll be in the
you'll be
queue.
there. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
What about you? What have you been listening to? Has it been a
So
book
yeah,
or
definitely
music?
a book. You know
Okay.
my book stuff. I think I talked
Yes.
about the last episode. I think it's summer reading, and
Hmm.
summer reading is time to read the classics. It's also refresh. At least do one classic, maybe two. Be nasty. But I'm listening to The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison,
Yeah, classic.
and it's actually the audiobook is her narrating the book.
Oh
So it's on the Libby. I got it on the Libby app.
wow.
And I was only maybe a 2 week wait or something. So I'm like halfway through it. Cause like, if you read it in high school, you read it like, when you're learning literature, but it's one thing to listening to it and reading it as an adult, just like for recreational use.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. It's just, I mean,
Different.
Toni Morrison,
I know.
oh God. I mean, it's something like her. So I have been listening to her. I've been kind of savoring it, like
Hmm.
reading it, listening to it piece by piece, not trying to listen to all at once because
Okay.
it's Toni Morrison's voice. I want to hear her tell the whole story
Mhm.
and everything it is. So this is your sign to read a classic by one of the greats. So this summer or this time this year, add to your reading list.
I
Okay,
like
so
that.
what have been your adventures for the week?
So I just got back from Atlanta
Yeah,
recently. No, I
ATL.
did not get
And
to see
I'm so
ATL.
in that.
That's
In that.
what the kids be doing, right?
Okay.
Are we doing it right, y'all?
Right, I think.
Oh my gosh. But you didn't know it doesn't stand for Atlanta?
Why I thought that like again because I didn't know the kids I had me hit to at school. I was like, oh, it says about that life. I thought ATL.
Like
ATL is in
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
You know what I'm saying?
Atlanta. It's
Like
Atlanta. I thought it was
Atlanta. East Atlanta.
it's East Atlanta. Zone 6. I didn't know it was top some about that life. What the heck?
Yeah, well, anyways, so for me it means Atlanta.
Same.
So, unfortunately, I wasn't there to see the queen, but that's okay. She was in town. I was there to spend time with my family.
Yes.
On my maternal side of the family, specifically on my grandfather's side, we have a family reunion every single year that actually my grandparents started back in the day. It's been almost 50 years, I believe.
Oh wow.
So we're like, it's been a couple years since COVID, so this is like our third reunion since COVID. So we're just like, starting things back up,
Yes.
getting that pace back up. So it was really nice seeing family. Um, we hadn't been to Atlanta in a while. We like to go to different cities every year,
Hmm.
like where certain, family members live. And yeah, it was really nice. Like I got to spend time with my brother and sister-in-law again. My mom, obviously like my aunt, my cousins, everybody was there. And then I got to bring Grand Biscuit home. Grand
Oh
Biscuit came
nice.
to the he was all up in the reunion.
I'm sure he was. Like, this is my son, Graham.
Literally. Like I had
Hi.
a
I'm
girl.
sure he's just like, hey, say hey to everybody. Hey.
No, literally, like he was just running around with the kids, like he was a kid, like they were just keeping each other entertained, like running around chasing each other.
No, for
Like I
real.
literally had him at the banquet because Graham has separation anxiety. I knew he wasn't gonna do well in the hotel room,
Hmm.
so I got him he had his little bow tie. He was ready for the occasion because we were all dressed up. It was like a casino night.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, it
I
was
remember
like so
watching the
fun.
banquet. You had to like drop pictures of the two of y'all. The
I
talk to
know. Yes, yes.
yeah,
And we'll put it on
look
the
at your
wires
story.
report.
I was like, so much
Yeah.
Graham. You gotta frame that. It's giving Christmas card.
It is, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
giving Christmas
Yeah,
card.
I like that. And also, like to top it all off, like one of my good friends from high school, who like we don't get to see each other that often. She's in medical school actually, and she was doing a rotation down in Atlanta.
Oh, nice.
So we got to catch up like on the day I was leaving. She dropped me off at the airport, so that was really nice. Just like getting some girl time in, seeing an
I
old
love that.
friend, like so. Really, really enjoyed my time in Atlanta.
I
I was
love
like, oh my god,
that.
I haven't really been to like Atlanta like really that much. So I was
Mhm.
like, okay, okay,
I love that.
Atlanta.
I love that.
Yes. What about you? What's been your adventure?
So, like I said, we just sun-kissed, got back from Cabo. It was a great weekend. But aside from reading all this stuff, on my birthday, we went out on a boat. And y'all know I'm not the strongest swimmer. I love the ocean. I love the water. I'm just not the best swimmer. I'm just not that good at it. It's just that's just
Mhm.
not me. But we went paddle boating. We went snorkeling, a bit mini snorkeling. I got in the deep, deep ocean. I thought it was so much fun. It was a
Yes.
little bit out of my comfort zone. I was like, you know what, F it. It's my birthday. We're in Mexico. I'm with my husband. Like,
Why
if it's
not?
it's shining, why not? What's gonna happen? Nothing. Like,
Exactly.
so we had a great time. So I'm excited. I
Yay.
saw some fish in the manta ray. So it was cool. It was really, really cool.
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. You know, that's the thing. I was like,
Mermaid in training.
we're training. We're training. Because I will
Mermaid in
be,
training.
we'll be snorkeling eventually.
No, I love
But
that you like, just took the opportunity. Like you were there. You're like, I'm in Cabo. Like you said, you're in Cabo. Like,
Mhm.
when are you gonna have the opportunity to do this again? Like in this exact moment, like
Yes,
celebrating your birthday.
yes.
It was a special moment. So I love that you like took the opportunity and you were like, you know what? I'm not gonna be afraid. I'm not gonna let my fears take over
Hmm.
me. I'm gonna enjoy this moment, be present,
Yes.
and make a new memory.
Yes. Yes. So many
Yay!
memories. Yes.
That's awesome.
So what's been going on? What's the current event that's been like piquing your interest this week?
Okay, so this week for my current events, keeping up the theme of being in Atlanta with Beyonce,
Yes.
did y'all hear that she had some hard drives and like some old, like no, not some unreleased, excuse me, music and other like sensitive information? And basically, it was from the choreographer. The choreographer like left it in their car apparently,
Yes.
and someone like stole it because they're in Atlanta. They're in Atlanta, which is like a big city. When you're in a big city, like
Yes.
a lot of people break into cars. It's like a normal thing in cities.
Right.
But yeah, like that's insane.
Girl, I'm like, come on, y'all. I mean, but I'm also like, why'd you leave it in the car? Let's
I
just leave it in
know.
Atlanta.
Listen, we don't want to listen. We're not
Don't
victim
victim shaming. We're not
blaming
victim
or
shaming.
shaming.
We're not victim
But
shaming.
however,
However, it's a
if
little,
you got Beyonce stuff, you need it. It was like you were getting a little too comfortable. I know it's getting to
it's
the end
on
of
your
the
person.
tour. They've been comfortable, but honey, you need to keep that tight to your chest. That needs to be in your bag at all times. That's on your shoulder.
Yes.
Okay?
And so
You
I
don't
heard,
leave that in the car.
and I've heard people say like, "Oh, this is definitely an inside job. This someone must know something." That's the
I mean,
the
how would
girl.
you know? To like,
Who
yeah.
knows?
And
I
then
mean,
why would you leave your stuff in? I don't know. I don't leave electronics in the car. I guess because I'm like used to it. Like you said, being in a big
yeah,
city, I don't leave like certain things in the car. I think that's just awareness, and I think most people really
right.
do that when they go places. But again, not victim
Not
shaming.
victim
I'm pretty
shaming.
sure they're probably so stressed out.
I
Like
know
I'm.
it's a lot, and you got
Mhm.
Beyonce stuff.
That's insane. That is insane. But yeah, that was my current event. I was keeping in the theme with Beyonce. I was a little salty that Jay-Z came out in
Girl,
Atlanta for 2 nights, and I almost extended my flight, but then I was like, no, I need to be responsible, and that's why I'm not responsible. And that's why I'd be here, there, and everywhere, okay? Because I don't
yes.
like to miss a FOMO, okay? I should have been there. My aunt called me. She was like, did you see
I
Jay-Z
know.
come
I
out?
think it's my birthday too. I was like, of course,
I know.
In Atlanta, mind you, we went to New York.
Yeah, we were in New York.
We
He
went
should
to
have
New
been in New
York.
York.
We probably something in New York. We probably a little something in
I
New
don't know
York.
what he has against us. It's okay though.
It's okay. We'll catch you. It's okay, girl. We'll catch you. We'll catch
Yeah,
you.
we're gonna catch you. We're gonna catch what we will be at one of those shows.
So
She also did Drunken Love.
yes,
Anyways,
it's
that
fine.
was the current event was she got her laptop stolen, or
I
the
know.
choreographer did. So
That's crazy.
I know.
That's nuts.
So what do you got for us this week? Like what's up? What's up?
I don't know what y'all saw
Okay.
on Wednesday night or Thursday morning. That Coldplay concert. And then the cherry on top with Chris Martin calling it out. For those of y'all who do not know
Yeah,
what
explain the
happened,
whole thing. Set the scene out.
okay, so
Explain what happened. Yeah. Take
It's
a
a
step back.
Coldplay concert. It's at Gillette Stadium. It's in Boston, Massachusetts Stadium because Coldplay's like that, right?
Right.
And then do a little kiss cam, like Coldplay's for the lovers, and we were just here for all of that. Anyway, there's this couple of them, Cam. Just an older white couple. The guy has his arm wrapped around her, playing some music. Next thing you know, he like hides, he like ducks. Like he
Yeah,
like
she like covers her face.
he ducks to the ground or whatever. He gets out of the shot. And like of course you hear Chris Martin say, either really shy or they must be having an affair. And he was like, I hope we didn't do something bad. So get this chick who posted it at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like, oh, it's funny at the concert, haha. The next morning it had 46 million views.
That's insane.
Find out that is the CEO of Astronomer, and the chief people officer of Astronomer have an affair with each other. They have wives and kids, minding kids and stuff like that. And now they're saying that like the CEO's wife has now removed her married name and now it's her maiden name back on her social media. All I know is, baby, that divorce will have to be costly.
I know.
And I hope you take it to the cleaners because I think it's like, girl, the audacity too. You out in the open with your mistress, the lady you work with. You
That
shot
was
her check.
insane. That was like the insane part. And now it's like I feel bad because it's obviously like now somebody who's probably like had a very private relationship now has a very public relationship. I mean, it's embarrassing. I hope that the wife and the husband, respective wife and husband, can like, move through this and get through this. But I love that the shame is back. I honestly do. I love all the memes. I love that the Philly fanatics did the little like my little green monsters did a little like
I never missed one of the videos.
cosplay.
I never missed one of the videos because they're that
It's funny. Like bring
They're
shame back. Like,
hilarious.
they should be because like don't do that. Like that's like so messed up. Like you're literally out in public like cheating on your wife or husband. Like that's not cool. Like we
That's
don't.
not cool.
That's not. We're not gonna
We don't
we're
curse
gonna
on them.
normalize that. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Like
With
so
them, the dark
hopefully.
comes to light, and they do
Yeah.
have one did at that concert.
So hopefully, Mrs. CEO, I hope she comes out
Cleaner.
stacking.
Take
She
them
got
to the cleaner, sis. Take them to the
Okay.
cleaner.
Take them
Cannot
to
wait.
the cleaners, honey. Okay, and homegirl's husband, I hope you
Drop it like a hot potato.
drop her because that's
And
not
hot
cool.
young
That's like
thing.
so it's just disrespectful
It
too.
is.
Like they're grown, they're so grown. It's
They're
like
grown. Children. There's kids involved, which even makes it even more worse. It's
it
like
does.
it just takes to another level. You have children grown like kid, and then you get to see this.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta go to school about to start, and it's everywhere. Like that's like forever on the internet. That's not going. No, we're always gonna remember that. That's was kind of wild.
That was insane.
It's
it was
insane.
so cinematic. It was like it looked like it was like from a movie.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the way they cover the eyes and the way he ducks so quickly. And the way that the Coldplay, who was it, Chris was
Martin,
like,
yes.
oh, they must be having an affair or they're just really shy. Because it was just so obvious. It was like, well, they're not supposed to be together.
They're like, what? I mean, it was a parody. It looked like it was like paid entertainment.
Exactly. But yeah, that's insane. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our lilac report this week.
You make sure you call your best friend, call her up and see what she's loving, what's impacting her, what are y'all listening to, what are your adventures, and what's the current event that's got y'all talking. Can't wait to hear what y'all have to say.
Okay, so you guys know this has been a very reflective time for Lauren and I, and one of the things that we've been chatting about and wanted to bring to the conversation was just our journey with womanhood and how we become the woman we are today at 29 and 30 and what that journey's looked like. So I want to take it way back to, I know for me it was middle school. I don't know how about you, Lauren, like
it was fifth grade.
When Mother Nature says you are a woman,
you are a woman.
You are a woman. What was that like for you? Those first like years of like having your period, having your menstrual cycle, like the responsibility that comes with it, the experience that comes with it. Like, what was that like for you?
I just remember to this day. I promise you, it crossed my mind like the other day. I was in the 9th grade. Spanish class. It was the last block. So it was like 7th day, or it was even 7th period, 8th period. I remember it was an A day, B day, those odd, whatever.
Yeah.
I remember I was wearing these light wash skinny jeans from Wet Seal. I loved Wet Seal back in the day. And they were like, the light wash, they were almost white, but they were like this light girl,
I know
girls
exactly
who know.
what you're talking about.
You were there. and I got my period.
Oh my God.
And not only it was like girl everywhere. It was on my behind, in between my
Oh my God.
everywhere. And thank God, like I asked my friend, she
Mm-hmm.
was a tutor. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Put the jeans in your book bag." She's like, "Yeah." And the walk to the bathroom, we had to like walk from the foreign language hallway. You had to walk in front of the office, down another other side, like almost like other side of the front of the
You had a whole
school to go to
walk.
the closest bathroom. And thank God this is last period. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like a transitional time. I remember taking my little Aeropostale hoodie and tying it around my blue Aeropostale hoodie, tying it around my behind and walking the shame and walking so slow. So I'm like, who's will see me? I don't want
Yes, and you're just like everything's squishing down there, like.
yes, switching on the hall. I was like, oh my God. And mind you, like I got my period at 10 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it was 10 and a half in 10 days on my mom's birthday. So like I remember the day vividly. So I've had my period for like 4 years at this point, but you're young, your body's still changing, it's so
Young.
irregular still. My mom was like, my child's not going on birth control, she's not having sex, like no birth control over here. So it
Mm-hmm.
was like, I was girl, I was suffering in the ninth grade.
Yes.
That was what, 15 years ago, and I still remember this to this day very vividly.
That's like a girl's like worst nightmare is like bleeding through. Like thankfully I haven't
Girl.
had like too many instances, but like first of all, I was the last person out of my friend group to get my period.
Really?
Yes, I was like I was 12, 13. Like I was in 8th
Yeah,
grade,
yeah,
I think. Yeah, I was like one of the last.
Mm-hmm.
So I like just remember being kind of like overwhelmed by it all. I had that like
Mm-hmm.
American Girl book that
Oh, girl, that
for you
book.
or
Yes,
whatever.
yes,
And then like my
yes.
mom was very vocal about like what's happening to your body, like teaching me all that stuff like that. So I felt like I was
Mm-hmm.
prepared, but at the same time, it was like, then she was like one of those moms that she like bought me everything. She bought me like tampons, pads,
So
panty
you have the full
liners, different
arsenal.
types of tampons. She was like, just try different things out. So I like try different things out, and like the tampons were just not it at first. Like I could not like, I was like, I don't
Girl,
know, because like you don't really know what's going on up
you
there. You're just
don't.
like, I don't. You're like, okay, give me the pad. I remember I was a pad girl until I had to like I was a lifeguard back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So at one point I knew I was gonna have to like my period was gonna sync up with when I had like an in-service where we like have to swim.
Yes.
And the time came and I remember being in the bathroom and my friend at the time, like in high school, and I was like, I have to learn how to put on a tampon. And she was like coaching me through the other stall. I'm like, what to do? But she's like, that's like such a like those are such like girlhood moments, like when you're growing up
Yes.
and y'all are all like, I think about how like, young we were to have the responsibility of like tending to ourselves and like making sure, we were changing our pads and tampons on time. I remember I was like doing
Yes.
that, like making sure you have your panty line, like tracking your days because you're like, is it over? Is it not over?
Yes.
You really don't know. I had very irregular periods for a while, so it was like sometimes it came, sometimes it didn't. It came like during different times, so it's just
Same.
like wild at 30 to like go back and think about it. Little me, like
Look,
figuring all that out, having cramps.
Grant, girl,
Ugh,
the cravings, the PMS.
yes.
It was, oh my gosh, like what a time that was. And like looking back on it, say we're like going to this will be going into almost my 20th year. Oh,
Oh
having my
yeah.
second year. And it's like you think about all the things you've learned along the way and what it is to be a woman, like your overall womanhood
Hmm.
journey. I don't know, Jillian. So what do you feel like? Okay, obviously in your cycle, that's a good
Hmm.
first thing.
Yeah.
Like, what is like womanhood to you? Like, how do you know, like, when was the time in your life when you stepped in, like, you know what? I'm a grown ass woman now. Did it happen and you wake up one night or did it evolve?
I feel like it evolves. Like I feel like now I feel like I'm a grown ass woman, but I feel like there was just like stages because you're so
Mm-hmm.
awkward. Because like the first thing that comes with like your period is like your body starts to change a little bit. And,
Yes.
like I was always president of the itty bitty titty committee. You know what I mean? I was getting my look. I had friends like that was like a thing. Like your body changes, like getting comfortable with yourself and like the hormones. I feel like being a
Mm-hmm.
dancer really helps you like learn how to be in your body, which I
Yes.
think is really good as a woman. So I feel like that was definitely part of like getting comfortable with myself. I think also like learning your style as a woman is a really big thing
Yes.
for like coming into your womanhood as far as like the outside appearance and things like that, like how you carry yourself. Are you a more chill girl, or do you just like to wear like pants and jeans? You like to dress up? Like I love being girly, so I love wearing dresses like a more like feminine look. But like it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really matter. It's like whatever that means to you. Like as a woman, we come in so many different variations. It's like I feel like that was definitely a part of me like stepping into my womanhood is like
Yes.
understanding like how my body was and how I like to dress and things like that. What about you? What about those like early stages of womanhood? Like what kind of stuck out to you as like figuring out or like getting to that place where you felt comfortable in your own skin?
I think I was the opposite. I
Okay.
had my first training bra in the second grade. So yes,
Wow.
I literally was probably a double D by the time I was 12.
Wow.
Yes, so I was like a 30 double D. So I was at least rail thin
Really?
with big boobs. And and of course now over the years, obviously I've got not obviously, but I got a breast reduction a couple of years ago. So it's
Mhm.
like that evolves. But I think really like when I got to college, and you're becoming an adult, like you're a
Mhm.
baby, you're still an older
Yeah.
teenager, but you're transitioning into adulthood, and you're finding styles, you're dressing for the things that like flatter your body. Like I'm short and a little curvy, so what outfits look good for me? I had to be kind of creative because, like, you go to the stores, like, I'm never the sample size. One, I'm too short, it's gonna be hemmed, and I'm
Mhm.
curvy, and I have boobs. So even when I was very, very, very thin, I've always had boobs. So
Mhm.
I mean, so I had to learn what styles were flattering on my body type. And I'm
Yeah.
like you too. I'm a girly girl. Give me
Yeah.
the skirts, the dresses, like the blouses.
Mhm.
I love the little sporty moment. There's always a moment for a sporty moment, but my preferred is the all things girly. So kind of like having my style evolve in college, getting inspiration from the girls in the dorm, borrowing clothes from your friends, and having friends like wore the same clothes. I think it helped me too when I was online for my sorority. Like, we're all in the front, we're all very short. So they could borrow clothes. It's like, oh, you have boobs too. Like, this fits you. It probably fit me too. So it's kind
Yeah.
of like you kind of learn along the way. But definitely, like, if it wasn't for dance, because, like, you have to look yourself in the body every day in the mirror. It's
Yes.
mirrors all around that studio. So you have to kind of be comfortable at least looking at yourself in the mirror in its very raw form, especially in high school. I was doing competition dance and you wearing them black leotards and them pink tights and the buns. Like, it's raw. It's
How was
this is
it?
new.
How was it going back to like you being more developed at a young age? Like how was that like moving through the world with like I feel like that's like it's so different. It's like you wake up and you have like these boobs and you're so young, like you're like a kid and you're like, what do I do with these? Like how was
It's
that? Like
like, I don't know, I would hate to say it, but like I think there's a stigma for
mhm.
girls who develop young, like at a younger age. I don't know if it is. It's probably to the way this day now. I don't know how it is now for young girls, but I remember in our time, I feel like it was a
Yeah,
stigma because it's
definitely.
like, oh, you're automatically promiscuous. Even though I was a goody two shoes, I didn't do anything. I was a very like, oh, I go to school and church and
Right.
dance and Jack and Jill, like stupid, like just very
Yeah.
like regimented, but. I didn't like, but I did have some interactions sometimes with little adults when I was like 13 and 14 with like creepy old guys. I'm like,
Yeah.
and like you look back on it, it was like, wow, like arrest them, like that's
Yes,
jail, but
exactly.
like jail. But it's like it kind of, I wouldn't say it comes with the territory because it's not fair for us, but it comes with territory. But unfortunately, sometimes in this patriarchal society, and people feel so entitled,
Mhm.
they
Yep.
feel if you are developed, you are entitled. If I felt like I wore like a low crop like shirt or like those like the style when I was like in middle school, it was like the camis underneath the
Yeah,
shirt.
and it had like yeah, I
Yeah,
know
the
what you're
little
talking about.
cami,
Yeah.
whatever. So like I would get I would have to remember pulling my camis up so high because I didn't want to show any cleavage, but I had full breasts.
Yeah.
So even if I couldn't really hide if I wanted to. So it's like, dressing for modesty at that age, but also like you don't want to gain attention from that wrong
The
type of
wrong
attention.
yeah.
Yeah, but I do remember like getting attention that was transferred from Catholic school to from Catholic schools to public school, and I'm like, oh,
Weirdos.
these boys
Yeah.
they kind of like they're a little more. It's different. You're around different people, like people who look like you, black boys for the first time interacting with like black students, brown students
Oh wow.
at a majority rate. Then like, oh, they think you're pretty. Oh, they like your body. It was definitely kind of like a transitional moment, but I've
Mhm.
learned to like, in all, being the one that was most developed of my friends, try to dress for my type, go with it. People always make comments. I used to like roll them off my shoulder,
Mhm.
but It's
That's a
definitely
lot.
different.
Yeah,
What
that's
was
a
it
lot
like for
though.
you? Because you're like the opposite. Like, what was it like for you?
I mean, I'll say one thing, like that was a lot though, because I noticed it with my friends that were more, because I had friends that were more developed. I was like the least
Mm-hmm.
developed out of my friends. And so I did notice like the way that boys would look at them, the way that
Mm-hmm.
adults would look at them, the way that adults would talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I feel like subconsciously, like I noticed in a way that I kind of felt protected. I was like, well, at least I don't have boobs, but I was like, at least creepy men aren't talking to me, or like, at least I'm not getting like unwanted attention or like weird vibes. But I definitely noticed it like just from because I wasn't developed and then my friends were. So then it was like
Mm-hmm.
being with them together, I could just see how they were treated differently than
Mm-hmm.
me. Like I looked 12, you know what I mean? I looked
Right,
pretty young
right.
versus them. I think they can still look young, but like you were saying, like they have full breasts. So it's like,
Yes.
there's some
Right.
drama come with it. But yeah, so for me, I would say I didn't have those problems, but I noticed them
Mm-hmm.
because I had friends that did, and I noticed that I wasn't getting that attention probably because I didn't have like the boobs or the butt or any or hips or anything like that, and so I felt like it was kind of protection from the creepiness, to be honest, and I kind of just
Mm-hmm.
saw it that way. But it also was just like, wow, that was like the first time I really understood how objectified women
Yes.
are, like during that age where you're so
Yes.
young that like, and even like when I worked at the pool, I would start getting hit on. Like I was like 17, I would start getting hit on by like grown men at the pool,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I look underage. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
why are you still coming up to me? But that's yeah, that at that age, that's where you learn about like the entitlement that men have, and also just
Mm-hmm.
like that weird energy that you get where it's like that's kind of like you shouldn't be looking at me that way.
No.
Actually, like it's actually
You should,
really
I should call
wrong.
911.
Yeah.
I should call 911.
Hello.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it
Yeah,
is.
I guess all of us who kind of had those experiences as teenagers and young
Yeah.
adults, and like as we develop getting attention from boys and men, whatever the age that is, it's
Hmm.
still like very uncomfortable your first interaction with it. I don't
It
care if like you're
is.
13 or 19, it's still like, this is not that cute.
Hmm.
But I think because of that, I have some protective factors. I'm like, actually, back the F up.
Yeah, I
Actually,
feel like
I have confidence. I found my voice in that. Because
same. I was gonna.
you have to find your voice. I'm like, no, 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 no. You ain't gonna talk to me this way. Who are you talking to? And like,
Yeah,
you really just say that? Like,
I agree. I feel like that's what helped me start developing like my like autonomy over my body. Because at
yes,
first you're like, you don't really think that other people are entitled to your body till you get to that age and you realize men really feel entitled to your body. And then you
yes,
go into college and those parties and you get brushed up on and stuff like that and you're just like, this is kind of weird.
it
You know what I mean?
is.
But you're like, I don't know if this is like, it's not really normal, but it's kind of like normalized. And then you start
Yes.
to get to the point where you're like, yeah, actually, no, stop. Now, I wish you don't even brush by me. Don't even like
Okay.
accidentally brush by me because you will get the dirtiest look and I will probably snap at you because it's just
Okay.
like from that age, like you're just don't even look at me.
Like, not at
Unless it's
all.
something like unless it's like a respectful relationship. Like how do I make sure that even what's going on in the outside world, I feel like I still have control over like my body. And I feel like that,
Yes.
yeah, that's a big
I
thing
love
I
it.
think for like finding your womanhood, I think.
Yes, I think that, like you said, it definitely happens in college because it's
Mhm.
like, you're away from home. You
Mhm.
are 18. You grown. You think you
Yeah,
grown.
you think you're
You think
grown.
you grown. We went to HBCU, so it's like there were, you know, there are boys from all across the country. We went to a private
Mhm.
one, so private HBCU, so
Different
like
area
everywhere across
codes.
the country, and you're just learning about yourself,
Yes.
learning about life, learning about what sex is like.
Mhm.
Was it sex or it's just, are you gonna rock my world? I'm gonna rock your world,
Like,
girlfriend.
are
Like,
you?
what you rocking, honey? Because it ain't me. It ain't me. Let alone this headboard. So what the hell you doing? So I mean, it definitely happens in college because it's like
Yeah.
you're in the becoming.
You're definitely in the early becoming stages when you're in college. And yeah, I mean, I think like just going off of like continuing like the sex conversation, I feel like, I think that when it comes to sex, I think the best thing you can do for yourself as a woman is like have safe sex, understand
Yes.
your body, like health wise. Like I highly recommend, this is what my mother did with me, like as soon as you turn 18 or the first time you have sex, like you need to be going to the gynecologist, like whichever one comes
Yes.
first. And you don't necessarily have to get on birth control, but it's good to start that relationship with your gynecologist about like, they can teach you what contraceptions can do for your period, like we were talking about early on, like the
Mm-hmm.
struggles you have with your period, or to help you prevent from pregnancy. You
Mm-hmm.
know, getting your yearly pap smears to make sure that your like cervix and everything under your hood is all good. And
Yes.
I think that's like super important, is understanding your body in that way and having a doctor. I think for me that really helped a lot with like my confidence and moving forward with like sex, and making sure I was safe with it and comfortable, was like just always like having the knowledge of like what was really going on and not being like not so naive to it.
Yes. Let me tell you what. I remember I just crossed. It was the
Mhm.
summer after I crossed, and I was local. I'm local to the area for the
Mhm.
school we went to. And my line sister, she used to volunteer at the Planned Parenthood in the
Mhm.
area. So I would go to her events. I don't know if they were like, I can't remember if they were weekly or
Mhm.
bi-weekly. And they had these like free events, and they would talk about all things like sexuality, womanhood, how to protect yourself, what
Mhm.
resources are available to us, like, that are free
Mhm.
or come at a low cost. I remember learning so much. And it was like fun. Sometimes they had a paint and sip. They did
Oh,
like a paint and
cool.
sip thing. I painted Beyonce the formation. I still have it. My mom was out. It's like a little painting. But
I love
I got all this
that.
information.
Mhm.
And ended up actually my junior year, the next year, there was the time at Hampton, there was this boy who remained unnamed, was allegedly that they said that he had HIV. And
Oh.
my one of my line sisters dated him at one point. So we're like, let's go together.
Mhm.
So I was like, let's go to Planned Parenthood because I
Mhm.
learned about it last time. Let's all get tested together. And sure enough, we did. It's kind of like go with your friends.
Yeah.
Got you get your annual done. It was free. I got some free birth control just to have it, just to play safe. But like getting comfortable with getting tested, and it was kind of be a
Yeah.
little bit invasive process, but you have your friends go with you. It's like, okay, you go first. Okay, I'll go first. Like we're all doing this together. So it's good to have like my friends there, like being supportive, like of each.
And
We're
like
being
making
supportive
it
of each
thing,
other
like
through that thing.
normalizing it, like not making a thing. And you also like don't have to get tested. You can just get tested. Like I know for me, I would just like get tested every time I had a gynecology appointment. Just like it didn't
Yes.
matter if I never thought of anything. I just like always just got it done. Just like, play it safe, because you never know. Like, let me get my little pharmacist, spill like,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
STIs, they can lay dormant. A lot of times, like men don't show symptoms and then they can carry it to the woman. So even if your partner isn't having symptoms, I would just say always just get tested. Doesn't matter if you have one partner or if you have multiple partners, always be safe, always get tested, always protect yourself, because there's so many treatments for everything nowadays that you really do not have to
Yes.
be struggling, and you can kind of get it out of your system and just like go on about your day. But obviously condoms, it does not matter if you are on birth control, always use a condom. Safe
Yes.
sex is the best sex, because you don't want to get that late text that I think I'm late text, okay?
Okay.
And you also
Okay.
don't want to get, a call that like you have an STI. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Yeah.
that really like just, and I like how you said that you went to like community, like you went into like the parenthood resources and things like that and
Yes.
got knowledge. So it's like, I know for me, like my mom talked a lot about it, but she also worked on a college campus, so she was like
Mm-hmm.
like she saw a lot, so she was like telling
Of
us a lot.
course.
But like I think it's great that if maybe you didn't have that experience, like go to the local Planned Parenthood near near your university, or there's probably a club on campus that teaches like about
Yes.
safe sex. The health department, they do
Yes.
tests. Those local health departments, like you can go get a test there. So there's like definitely resources. Definitely like protect yourself. Don't get overwhelmed by the fact that don't get so in la la land with sex that you forget that like you need to be safe with it. Like
Yes.
it can be fun. You're exploring. You're having a good time. There's so many emotions. You're with your little boo thing.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like you have to be safe with it, because it's a it's a very delicate,
It can be a little bit invasive,
very invasive,
activity.
very invasive activity. Like you need to protect yourself, and I feel like learning that, I don't know about you, but like having those experiences and like learning and just taking ownership and making sure I was like responsible with like being on contraceptives, always wearing like always doing those things and having safe sex. I know for me that really helped, just like being confident as a woman and like growing into that womanhood is just like being like, I know how to protect my body. Like I
Yes.
know what's going on with me, because I make it a point.
Yes. I think it's also too that unfortunately, like since college, when Roe versus Wade was overturned in 2022 that summer, it's like I just remember like I mean everyone just like the whole world. I feel like everyone took like a big audible gasp like in the country. We're like,
Yeah.
what do we do now? Like, what do we do now? And unfortunately, like it's a lot of states, like especially southern states in the Midwest, you know, they've banned abortion completely. I've heard some states, I believe in South Carolina, like lawmakers are trying to charge women with homicide if they miscarry.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I don't know if it's in law, but I mean, it was
No, but
talking about it. I'm
even
saying
just
like
talking about it is
just
insane.
talking about it, I'm like, what? And I remember seeing a story maybe in Oklahoma
Mm-hmm.
years ago. It was a Native American woman,
Mm-hmm.
indigenous woman, and they charged her for homicide for miscarrying a baby. What?
Wow.
And it's
It's
kind of
just so
like, you
unfortunate.
know,
That's just crazy. Not even
it's
unfortunate. That's just
crazy.
insane. It's insanity.
It's like I feel like, you know, as women, especially Black women, minority women, like our uteruses have been under attack for generations.
Yes.
I mean, we wouldn't have American gynecology as it is today if it wasn't for slavery and they didn't rip that lady open. Like it's crazy. It's honestly nuts. And so the fact that like, you know, here we are in 2025 currently, and in some ways we have less rights than our mothers did.
No, for
You know,
real.
when it comes to Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, during that time and just like for me, it was even like the conversations around it. You know what I mean? Like you even saying like, you know, them wanting to go after women who are miscarrying and things like that. I had to sit down because I'm just like, okay, what is about to happen? Because like my options are about to be limited. And not only for, you know, having an unwanted pregnancy. I think that's like the first thing we think of, like when we think of an abortion. I've learned through like my friends becoming mothers and just becoming older and like stepping into the, you know, more of an age where like you're considering motherhood and just like thinking about all that. Like number one, like you said, Black maternal health is like very scary and dangerous in this country. Like we have an issue, and so we're already at risk, number one. And then number two, it's like it really takes a miracle really to have a healthy baby. You know what I mean? There's so many people miscarry all the time, like it's nothing, and it's so normalized. But I mean, that is just so harsh on the body at any time within their pregnancy. You know, people have issues where maybe it's a better fit for, or maybe in that situation, it's better for the mother to be saved, and maybe that means that the baby unfortunately has to pass on. And like, I just seeing people close to my life going through like these very delicate situations and making these choices, and then seeing how Roe versus Wade could limit those options in the future for me, you know what I mean? Having a baby post 2022, right?
Yes.
It's like, it makes you really think. It's like, I have to make sure that I'm sure that I want to have a kid, I can have a kid, that it'll be safe for me to have a kid.
Yes.
Because it's like, what if I need some type of medical intervention? And my state's like, oh, we don't do that because we don't do that. Not because it's not available, not because it's not safe, but because we don't believe in that. You know what I mean?
It's like, I was thinking you say that. Like, I think other day, maybe yesterday or so, it's this lady in Tennessee. She is pregnant with her second child. She's a 13-year-old daughter, I believe. And she went to get prenatal care. So I'm pregnant, her second child. She decided her and her partner are not married. And with the practice they went to go see, they said that they cannot treat her because she's having a baby out of wedlock. So she has to drive across state lines to Virginia. She said, thankfully, I live on the side of Tennessee by Virginia to receive my prenatal health care. And she was talking about how she prays she's going to get into labor in Tennessee. Because, you know, are they going to treat me? Are they going to give me all the care I need if something happens to me?
Maybe side-eyeing me the whole time because I'm not married.
And it's like, in Tennessee, a southern state, conservative state that's so pro-life, you're so pro-life, but here's this mother who has this baby, who didn't get an abortion, you know, who chose to keep this child. You don't want to care for her because she had a baby out of wedlock. And mind you, that was her choice. They don't want to get married. And so that's you. Why are you?
Do what you want. Like,
Do what you want. It's like, they're like, oh, their faith and beliefs. And it's like, what's coming with this, like, very toxic, nationalistic, evangelical Christianity group, hate group, I would say. That's like, you can't be pro-life, baby, and you can't be pro-life and you can, and anti-baby, anti-prenatal care. It's like,
Exactly.
what are you trying to get that? It's like, obviously you're just trying to dictate like women's bodies, how we choose to live our lives. It's like, it's giving Handmaid's Tale.
Like on the lines of like religion, I feel like that was probably an obstacle for me growing up too, like just coming into your womanhood, like just speaking about it. I know you're Catholic, I'm, Christian, growing up Southern Baptist, and there's a lot of messaging that can make you feel shame for like, just being a girl, being developed, being a girl,
Yes.
what you wear, like owning your sexuality, like wanting to explore sex in your body more. Like, what do you say? Like, did religion have a play in like how you saw yourself and how you became into a woman? Like, is that something that you would say was an obstacle for you or something you had to like maneuver through, like as your journey through
Yes.
through motherhood, through womanhood?
Womanhood. Yeah, so I remember, so I went to Catholic school all the way up until 6th grade. So 7th grade, I switched to a new school. So in 6th grade, we have health classes, and they divided boys and girls. We did it in my public school too. And we're talking about like, periods and things like that. And then they start talking about chastity and chastity belts.
Oh my gosh.
Mind you, I had no idea I really did not know at 11 years old that you had to have sex to have a baby. I thought that was like the only like.
Oh girl, I didn't either.
I feel like the girls who were like quote unquote whores had like, had sex to have a baby, and everyone else like took like medication for it. Like, I really genuinely thought that. So it's kind of like, and of course, here they are in the Catholic school, in my Catholic people they were reinforcing that. Like, people aren't asking questions like that because we were talking about chastity belts and chastity and abstinence and celibacy and being a woman of Proverbs. And, and it's just, and it's a very conservative way of teaching that's almost harmful to girls. Like, they don't know what's going on with them.
You don't know what's going on.
You don't know when you're 11. Mind you, I already had my period at 11. Some girls didn't, but like, I had boobs. I'm like, what? It's good to be informed about like the cycle of life and what that looks like. And I was just very naive in the situation. And in Catholicism, we believe in life. Like, we don't believe in the death penalty. Pro-life. It's a pro-life teaching. All things life. I remember getting stickers in like, Sunday school, and it's like, oh, I remember having a baby. It's like, oh, pro-life. Like, I didn't know what that meant at 10 years old. Like, oh, the baby, you like babies. I'm like, I like babies. They're cute.
Yeah, like that. Like,
what's pro-life even mean? Like, I had no idea. Like, I had no idea.
Like that's dangerous because it's like at that point you don't even know how babies come into this world, and you're already being taught these things that are restrictive. And then it's like as you get older and you're learning to explore, it's like your religion kind of starts conflicting with things. Yeah, I know for me, like being Southern Baptist, it was like mostly like going to church and kind of the teachings, like about you want to be pure for your husband, like you don't want to just be out here. It was never the opposite. They never teach that men shouldn't be out here. It's like. And I just remember just, like, feeling very, like, conflicted. Like, I didn't like how I felt after those sermons. I didn't like how I felt after those teachings. It just made me feel like, why does it feel like my virginity or, like, piece of me is, like, supposed to be saved for a man, like, a boy? Like, you know what I mean? Okay. Like, who is he? I didn't like the whole concept of, like, my virginity being, like, this gift to somebody. Like, I didn't really like that. And then at home, my mom was much more... like realistic with her teachings about sex. Like I definitely was taught abstinence both in school and church and with my mother. So like that was a big thing for me growing up was like abstinence. I was like definitely like an abstinence type of person, but she was also very real with me. Like, but she would, she would have conversations and things like that. So I kind of knew, but like I felt like it was just so conflicting because I was learning something different at church.
No, it's definitely different. I think you see it too. Like, we grew up in the South church. We're church girls. Whether you're Catholic, Episcopal, Baptist, AME, whatever. You see a lot of young girls get married at 18, 19 years old out of high school just because they feel like they love this boy, and if they want to be involved physically, that they must do it under in the covenant of marriage. And and that's your choice time of your life, girl. Kudos to you. Like I shout out to those girls, but if you're doing that so you could like explore, like just to explore yourself, like sexually, explore your relationship physically, I feel like sometimes some guys, a lot of those guys sometimes are a little bit older than those girls I've seen growing up. Girls who are 16, guys are 23, they get married at 18, like girls barely legal, and they're exploring sex, and I think it's very dangerous because it opens up a conversation and environment for grooming young girls to be the perfect woman to their husband and to be the perfect submissive wife to their husband, to their family, and them not really knowing much about themselves sexually and physically. And it's very, like you say, it's very dangerous and harmful rhetoric that's being taught in churches to this day. And it's not just in the Christian faith.
Yeah.
It's in a lot of faiths and cultures across the world that girls are taught to, almost be shameful and hide their desire and pleasure and be shamed for
Right.
wanting it or being comfortable in your sexuality, being comfortable in what you like and don't like and what you desire out of a partner in a physical capacity. But it is very dangerous. I feel like in the church is not doing anything better to reinforce it,
No,
unfortunately.
I think, I completely agree with you. Like I've seen that as well. And I think it leads to, maybe an imbalance in the relationship.
Yes.
And then also, like you said, I'm all for like abstinence. I think that it's a great practice, but just make sure it's not because you feel ashamed or have to do this and you're only worthy if you do this. It should really be because you feel like it's the best for you. You feel empowered to do it. You feel like
Yes.
this is like what's for you. You know what I mean? Like I don't want anybody to feel like ashamed because that can comes with a lot of feelings of like
It
feeling
does.
ashamed for like you said, wanting to explore, and also maybe giving your sexual power to another, man. Because a lot of times too in the church, it's like it's really mostly about like the man's pleasure and like the man
Yes.
kind of being of service almost to the man, and that's just
Yes.
not how it should be, and that's not how it goes because you have your own life, you have your own autonomy. You are not a servant to anybody in any type of way, right?
Okay.
So I definitely think that that's definitely like been an obstacle. What are some like other like obstacles or challenges you feel like you've kind of like gone through to like discover your like womanhood?
I feel like too, like in lieu of that, there's girls who chase abstinence and society pushes abstinence. And the opposite of that is like there's girls who are slut shamed
Mm.
for owning their womanhood, their sexuality, their desires at a very young age,
Mm-hmm.
or even at our age now. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a lot of slut shaming culture, like how you dress, what you wear. She was asking for it, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of that stuff I feel was a little more in our face in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like now it's more subtle, but it's still very much there.
Yeah.
And, it's very, very hard when you see stories of women being SA'd and having these really violent, horrific acts upon them. And the guys get written off because she was wearing red lipstick or
Yeah.
she was
Her
wearing a
boobs were
short
out.
skirt.
Like,
Yeah. Or her boobs
sorry.
were out. Girl, she a hot girl. Like, she's
Okay.
a hot
Like,
girl. She could be a hot girl. What do you mean? Like, my grandma said, we gotta flaunt it. So,
okay.
in a tasteful way. And if you don't want to be tasteful, that's your business. That's your business. So, like, the slut shaming is a whole thing, and it's like it's attack also too on women who, all women, trans women who are actively involved in the sex community, like who are sex workers. Like that's it's like people feel entitled to their bodies and like
Mm-hmm.
because they just for a living make money, like they're automatically they can't be SA'd or can't
Right.
have great
Boundaries over
and
their
they don't have
body.
they have
Yeah.
boundaries.
Like they can't be. Yeah.
And I just feel like I feel like even like I said when I was like younger and I
Yeah.
developed earlier and like people you hear the comments from older people to your classmates and peers. I don't always like remember what people said, but I just remember like the tone sometimes. It's kind of like
You're just like,
you
I'm
can't
just a
help how the way
kid. Like,
big boobs, like I
yeah.
can't
They're like,
help
oh,
how
she's
the
fast.
behind.
Why
Like I
is
can't
she fast? She's
like
not
because she's not
fast.
fast
She
because she
has
has boobs and
boobs
behind she's not
and she has
fast.
hips, and so the clothes fit her more womanly. I don't know what to tell you. She's like, literally, that's what happens when you are a girl and you have hormones and you're growing. Like, doesn't
Yes,
mean she's still 11. She's
she's
still
still
11 years old,
Latin.
and she looks 11 in the face. Let's remember
Okay,
that.
okay, that's what I feel like. What
I
about you?
definitely.
What about your obstacle that you
No, I
faced?
think for me it was mainly just like I think we've covered it, like the
Mhm.
spiritual, like I feel like that was like a big thing. And
Yes.
I guess so like now, fast forward to now, I know you're married, I'm single, I know we love to say that, but it's like differences in like how we carry on with like our womanhood, our sexuality these days. Like what does it mean to you to like, or like what is it like being married, being with one partner, and also like still having your individuality as a woman, and like what does that look like for you now in present day?
I feel like being married to my partner, to my husband, I've definitely grown a lot in my womanhood.
Okay.
But this is my little pro tip.
Okay.
Marriage pro tip. If your partner, husband, wife, partner, whomever, is not physically attracted to you in the most wild way, like obsessed, like obsessed with you,
Yeah.
responsibly obsessed, not stalker,
Yeah.
but obsessed with you. You need not to be that with that person, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like it's not giving. It's not giving. Like you shouldn't want to give yourself to somebody in that very vulnerable way, an invasive activity way, and they're not obsessed with everything about you, like every intimate detail about you, about your body, about your aura, your spirituality, how you carry yourself, your energy. It's just not. It doesn't give. But now that my husband and I are married, mind you, we started dating when we were 16. So granted, like you don't know what the heck you're doing when you're young, like you're learning. So we've definitely like explored and learned together. So which has been fun, and you have to. It's a part of relationship that the physical part of a relationship, you have to nurture it as well. It's not just like, oh, you can have good communication and he's good with my mama and he takes me on nice dates, which is all great. It's all great, but it's not good. But okay, and like, does your partner make you feel safe? And it's like
safe enough to explore and feel comfortable. Like,
yes, and from that, I just feel like grown. So. I've like
I love that.
Yeah, and it's fun. But when you really have a partner that you choose to be with, even if you're not married, you're dating somebody, engaged, whatever the case may be, if y'all don't get that same like, damn, look at him or her and be like, dang, this mother fine as hell, and you don't look at it the same way. It's not. I don't think it's really worth. It's not really worth my time nor my energy.
I feel you.
What about you?
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a weird place because now I'm 30, so I'm older. Like I'm out of my 20s now. Let me stop. I keep saying I'm 30.
But still,
I won't stop until I'm 31 because I will not be walking around saying I'm 31.
You'll be 30 till you're 40. It's okay.
No, literally. But anyways, like I don't know. Like I feel like I definitely feel like super comfortable. So like I know, what I want, what I like, and not just like with like, sex, but just like in dating in general, like intimacy and like, romance wise. And so, I haven't like found my like forever person, which is fine, but I feel like just I'm happy that I was able to like grow through my 20s and really get to a place where like I feel like comfortable and confident within myself. So that way, I feel like I'll be able to know like when it's my partner and be able to like be like you said, like hopefully like feel safe and comfortable and be able to like explore more. But like as I'm like just dating now, and I don't really like to get too much into my dating life, but. I just try to like, I don't know, I just take it like a day at a time. I'm definitely much more, I feel like I'm back to like my high school prude self, which is fine. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm older now.
Like, you're selective in that space. It's a very sacred space. You have to be selective of who you allow to. But all in all, like in this time, that's why I feel like sexuality and claiming your womanhood is an active form of resistance every single day. And I think all women need to take ownership of what womanhood means to them, and having safe sex, taking care of themselves, knowing what you like and desire out of a physical sexual partner, or even for yourself, how you dress. Advocating for yourself too. Like, back up off of me if I don't want you. And advocate like, actually I like this. Like, I like when you do this for me or do this to me. So I'm resistance all the way, especially in this world when we're always under attack.
Always. No, I love that. I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation. This, like, I hope it sparks a conversation with your girlfriends about like womanhood, where you're at right now. I feel like it was just such a good conversation. I learned so much about Lauren and like her growth through womanhood and the similarities like we both had like through our journey, and being able to be confident as a single woman, be confident as a married woman. So yeah, reflect on what womanhood means to you, like what your journey is looking like what you want to progress and to become later in life. Thank you for listening to this part of the conversation.
Okay, so let's get into our favorite part of our show, where we like to share our hot takes, our unpopular opinions. We like to call our take on it. So Jillian, what's your take on it this week?
Okay, so my take on it this week, I'm just going to give my little Love Island update. Y'all, Amaya and Brian won. I was so happy for
Your
them.
girl won.
I love Amaya. I did vote for Nicolandria because I am in the Nicolandria fan club and we're not delusional. But either way, like I'm like so happy Amaya won. Like I wanted her to win anyway. So that's been fun. But there's been some like, weird vibes with the interviews when it comes to like Shelly and Alandria specifically. Like they went on a podcast. Well, they didn't go, excuse me. Nick went on behalf of Olandria and himself, like to represent the couple on
Yes.
a podcast called Chicks in the Office. Now, I watched their interview with Hannah and I thought it was good. I learned a lot about Hannah and her, relationship with Charlie and Pepe and like how she was feeling out of the villa. And I thought they were pretty fair. Like I thought I got a lot out of it. I didn't think anything of it.
Right.
Hannah's a blonde white girl and love her, but there's a difference. And, there was definitely some tones in the way that they were questioning Nick when it came to Olandria and the validity of their relationship. So much so that there's definitely been a lot of chatter online about the way that they went about interviewing him as it related to his relationship with Olandria.
Like, what were they saying to him? Like,
they were kind of just being like kind of suspicious and thinking that like the producers, because there's like this narrative that the producers put them together. Like, is he even really into Alandria, or what happened with him and Sierra? Like that was kind of like the tone of the interview. And he,
oh wow,
he shut it down. He was there for his girl. Okay.
Okay.
He said that's my shy girl because I guess like they probably had reached out to her as well, and she didn't want to partake. Like she's very. I'm just I love seeing the girls on the outside of Love Island, just like
Yes.
her and Shelly, Alandria and Shelly, honestly all the girls, and like I'm just like actually like really enjoying, but which is insane. But I'm also like a reality TV girl. Like I've been in reality TV, like I'm a Bravo girly, so
Yes.
it's kind of like on par for me anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, that's like my like little like Love Island reality TV hot take this week is like we need to have better interviewers. I think Keke Palmer, I don't know who she's interviewing. She's going to have one come up. But like these like microaggressions have to stop when it comes to...
They're inappropriate.
They're so inappropriate. They're so tone deaf. Like, better at this age. It's like, I feel like every single like white podcaster from here to there has had some like racist tweets come up. It's like you can barely support them.
Right.
And it's like, can we be done with that? Can we just like have some type of like just unbiased at all? But
we're just the girls.
We are just the girls. Like, come on, really? Like, it's just like unnecessary. But yeah, what about you? What do you have? Like, what's your hot topic? What's your take on it this week?
So I I'm not a big reality TV show girl, but we do watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and I'm late. I watched the reunion, and first of all, it was like very unremarkable. It was, you know me. We like old school OG Real Housewives of Atlanta, like 09. We're not gonna get that from them, and that's fine. It's fine, but whatever. But aside from all they talked about, the controversy, the cheating, the scandals, whatever, Demi was not in attendance. Demi was with her family in Disneyland instead of showing up to the reunion. And I cannot stand people who throw the stones and hide their hands. Like, girl, if you said it, own it.
Own it.
Whitney owns it. Yeah, I get why you and your friends and Whitney was like defending her absence and stuff like that. Because I get that they're friends now and they are friendly. They have some type of alliance. Cool. But at least Whitney stands and owns it in front of the group.
Yeah.
So, and she's always done that. I'm not the biggest Whitney fan. She's growing on me a little bit, but she stands in front of the group and says it. At least she says it with her own chest.
And the thing about like Whitney too is like I don't necessarily like her on the show. She does like say it flat out, but she's like really funny on TikTok. Like
she's hilarious at TikTok.
Like she's really good at TikTok. Like I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah,
like,
no, she's a dancer too. She's like a trained dancer. She'd be dancing.
That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. Why she's so good
she was
at it.
Like they said they were gonna do like Dance with the Stars. So like of course Jen and Whitney got selected for Dancing with the Stars. And I've seen like Whitney's, like they did a reel of Whitney's TikToks. Whitney out here doing like quadruple pirouettes on TikTok.
I haven't seen that.
Okay. That makes sense.
I might watch a season.
Yeah, I'll watch it. Jen versus Whitney. I know Whitney go out to Whitney better win.
I finally the age where it's like our celebrities are being chosen. It's not like a whole bunch of like older people. It's like
it's the reality stuff. And we got two too. Like, oh, I actually may
We're now
watch
the
it.
target audience.
Yeah, I may tune in to see who wins.
Yeah, like
But
literally.
yeah, but like, girl, Demi, and I love Demi season 1.
I don't like
thought
that
she was
though.
so cute. I thought she was so boss, like this
So did
older
I.
husband, like you said, like, oh, like, okay, girl, like, what's
Got her
going on
little
with
silver
you,
fox.
Demi?
Okay.
Why are you acting like a whole what? That's cowardly. Like, why would you do that? That's
Like
so
she
piss
saw all the
poor.
backlash. She saw how she was no longer the fan favorite, and she wasn't
Yes.
necessarily the fan favorite the first time. She was just liked. I mean, there's a whole gang of them. People barely knew who each other's like who.
Yeah,
all
they're
the
like,
names
oh,
were. So
Demi,
just
she's
to be,
cool.
yeah. So you were just a name we remembered. It didn't mean like you were the star of the show. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And like she took that
Or you
all to
humble
her
yourself.
head.
Like,
Girl,
humble yourself and
exactly.
just be you. Just be like, yeah, this is who I am, and I'm owning it. You just happen to, be well liked, and that's cool.
And
Like,
her, I feel like she definitely should have at least. I'm like you, like that's a cowardly. Like you should have at least gone.
gone at the minimum, gone because she stirred up a lot of drama this season with everybody. Jesse getting people's marriages, starting fights, saying stuff, saying this really, really crazy accusations. These people, whoop, there's a reunion now.
Oh, can't
So,
go on a family vacation. BS.
okay,
BS. But
BS.
yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation today. I hope you learned a little bit. I hope we gave you some conversation starters, some things to ask your girlfriends at the next girls' night or game night that you're gonna host, right?
Yes,
You got this.
definitely
You
the
got
husband
this.
night.
But yeah. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week, and don't forget to follow us on all socials. Bye.
Bye.